Travel Michigan, and we are happy to be back with you again this week. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Benash. And Michelle, it is springtime, and that means it's time to head out into those woods.
It is. This was a big family tradition of mine growing up, Morel mushroom hunting. And we are talking about that today with Jim Bauman, Executive Director of the Boyne Area Chamber of Commerce. And welcome to the show, Jim.
Thanks, Michelle.
And so you guys not only are a great place for folks to go and hunt and look for morels, but you actually have the Morel Mushroom Festival.
Yes, yeah.
The National Morel Mushroom Festival.
You know, you can always leave it to a Chamber of Commerce to add a little hype.
That's right.
But there aren't that many mushroom festivals anywhere, so we're pretty confident about that.
That's right. Well, it makes sense. You certainly have a great concentration of those wonderful mushrooms in your area. Yeah,
we do. It's a crazy thing. They're very elusive. You never know what it's going to be like. People call us a month or two ahead of time. Well, what's the season going to be like this year? And, well, call me 2 days ahead of time, and I can give you a little bit of a guess. But it's touchy, if it's a little too dry, a little too cold. Last year it was way too hot. And this year I think is shaping up real good because we've had a lot of snow and a lot of rain, and that's a real important factor in finding mushrooms.
Well, for people who may not know what a morel mushroom is, what is the big deal? What is it about that mushroom that people get so crazy about?
Well, they taste great, and they're not hard to cook. If you have them with steak, you just throw them in the pan with your steak, and you don't have to do anything to them other than cook them up, and they're easy to cook, and they're really, because they're so rare, and you don't find that many of them. The season doesn't last long. I think it's just one of those special things that people enjoy them for a pretty short time every year, and then they're gone.
Well, I think the thing that surprises me about this National Morel Mushroom Festival, because I think of morel hunting kind of like, fishing, and that is that there are only so many places, and the best places you don't necessarily want to share with people.
Oh, people are so secretive about their mushroom spots.
They are. But here, part of this festival is, don't you kind of go out into the woods with groups and say, okay, here's a good place?
Yes, we have two hunts. One is a guided hunt on Friday afternoon, late afternoon, and that's intended for novices who have never done it or haven't done it very often, and we show them where to go. We take them out there, we walk them into the woods and show them what it's like to find a morel. And then the next morning, Saturday morning, there is a competitive hunt where people, then it's a very competitive. You're looking for mushrooms, and the winner is the one who gets the most and brings them back in 90 minutes.
Well, and I suppose you probably tell people how to, pick the mushrooms as well, because there's a style. I used to have morel mushrooms that grew in our woods, and I just pulled them all up, and I didn't know what I was doing, and now they don't do that anymore. They don't come back.
Well, we have an actual seminar right before the guided hunt. It's about 3:30 on Friday afternoon. And we have a local mushroom expert, one of the guys who was a champion for quite a few times, and he decided to sort of retire and just become a coach, so to speak. And he's a native of Boyne City, and his parents and his grandparents all hunted morels. And he gives you actual tips. It's like, don't look straight down, look ahead 15 feet or so, and, how to... what places to look. Under ash trees are normally a good place. It has to be in hardwoods, not around evergreens. It can't, it can't be in a swamp. And, other tips like that. And it's really kind of cool that he does this, and people really enjoy it. He's a very funny guy, and so it's entertaining and informative.
Well, and you said he's won before. What is the record haul of morels in 90 minutes?
The record haul is something like 900.
Holy, that's 100 a minute. Am I doing my math right?
Yeah.
No, 10 a minute.
10 a minute, that's right. I was going to say that. This is why I'm in communications, not a mathematician.
There's always local lore about, did the ultimate winner, did he, stuff some into his pockets or something. But that's just idle and jealousy.
Jealousy, that's what it is. Now, I heard you something about you have people who sing of the Morel, like their songs.
Yes, yeah, there are. We had a Boyne City song contest a couple of years ago, and part of that was just writing songs about Boyne City, and most of those songs had Morels in them, and so there are a bunch of local artists who play songs about Morels. There's a song on the website if you go to morelfest.com, and it'll be playing in the background about hunting for Morels and all that. And
never know, might be good. And then we have like about a half a minute, but I know you have a taste of Morels as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we have two taste events. One is on Saturday at noon, and that is something where we have about 15 caterers and restaurants, and they all have different offerings. They all have Morels, and you can look them over and buy the ones you want. They're $2 to $4, and there's beer and wine and soft drinks available. And then on Friday night, we have something we call Wine and Dine, which is a little more fancy of an event, and it's wine tasting plus Morel hors d'oeuvres.
Wow. Well, it sounds like fun. The National Morel Mushroom Festival coming to Boyne City again this year, coming up in just a couple of weeks, the 16th through the 19th. You could find more information simply by going to the website morelfest.com. Thank you, Jim. Jim Bauman, Executive Director of the Boyne Area Chamber of Commerce. Recommend you check it out. It's a beautiful area, and you're going to enjoy it any time of the year, but especially at this warming time of the year. Check it out. We're going to find out what's happening in Frankenmuth next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.